quick, go get your science book and let's do some science reading. Also, before you watch the rest of this video where we're talking about our book, go on and watch the video I posted before this because it tells you what we're going to talk about. Are you ready? God's plan for the seashore. So you're going to turn to page 74 in your science book. And I'm sitting all cuddled up in my rocking chair upstairs because I'm a little chilly today. And I came up here, it's nice and quiet. Chapter 6, God's plan for the seashore. Have you ever visited the seashore? Here's a word you might recognize. Have you ever gone to the beach? Yeah, there's different kinds of beaches. There's a beach next to the ocean. There's a beach next to the lake. And there's beaches next to different smaller lakes. I think of the one at Kensington, some of the metro parks here. There's also the edge of the river banks. So when we're talking about the seashore, it's the part of the land that stops at the edge of the water. Now, if you've ever been to the beach or the seashore, was it rocky or sandy? Out east, on the East Coast, they have a lot of rocky beaches. Out on the West Coast, where California is, they have some rocky beaches like that. There's also sandy beaches. Now, if you've gone up north in Michigan, there's some beaches that are just all kinds of little rocks, and it's fun to play in the sand and play with the rocks. What else can you find at the seashore or the beach? Yeah, shells. Have you ever gone shell hunting? It's fun. All right, here's the word sh or shore. You're going to see lots of different special sounds in this. Okay? Play on the seashore and gather up shells. Kneel in the damp sands, digging wells. Run on the rocks where the seaweed slips. Watch the waves and the beautiful ships. Oh, do we have seals in Michigan, at Lake Michigan? No, and we don't have shells. Do you know why we don't have these kind of shells or starfish? Right, Lake Michigan, the lakes, the Great Lakes around here, those are called fresh water. The oceans are salt water, and so we're going to find different animals as we look at these different kinds of water. And we have seagulls here in Michigan, don't we? We see them all over, don't we? All right, turn to page 75 or jump across the page here. What is the seashore? The seashore is a place where the sea and the land meet. The seashore can be rocky. The waves beat on the rocks, and the waves, the waves make a loud, there's that new sound, ow, loud noise. Have you ever seen the waves crash like that? Oh, it's fun. Do you think it's a good idea to go in those waves? No, it's dangerous. Because the waves, as the water comes back out, it creates they call it a rip tide. And the current, the force of the water is really strong, and people can get swept out. You got to know what you're doing there. So it's fun to watch. If you were standing on that, they'd probably knock you over. The sea is powerful. The sea is his, and he made it. Remember Psalm 95. Let's see. Do you remember what day God created the water, where he divided the water from above the earth and below? Was that day, let's see, day 2 he separated, and then day 3 he told the waters, he gave the water, here you stay here in this lake, and you stay here, and he put the waters in certain places. Now, Does that mean the water always stays in the same place? No. Sometimes we have floods where the water goes over its banks or it stretches out farther. But the ocean, those are pretty big bodies of water. And the lakes, the Great Lakes, there's 5 of them around here in Michigan. It surrounds us. Those waters stay where they are. They stay put. Why? Because God told them to. He told the waters to stay where they are. He told the planets to stay in the same pattern, the same path in the sky. The sun, the moon. God, when God created all that, boom, he spoke and it was done. And the waters obeyed. Isn't that interesting? Now, here's a fun thing, and I'm going to tell it to you so your mommy and daddy can maybe do this with you. It says, fill 1/3 of a 2-liter bottle with vegetable oil. Add water to fill the rest of the bottle. Add some blue food coloring. Attach the lid, screw it on, and lay the bottle on its side. To see the wave action, gently move the bottle from side to side. You can add some seashells or a little cork boat, something that would float in there, so you can see things sink and float and bob around in there. So I thought that would be kind of fun. That I didn't have a 2-liter bottle, so I didn't put that in my mystery box this morning. But you could use a water bottle or a juice bottle if you have one. Teddy has some Gatorade bottles. So I'm going to see if I can make that, and then I'll show it to you tomorrow. So whatever size bottle you have, ask Mommy to fill it 1/3 part with vegetable oil, and then the rest with water, and then add some blue food coloring, okay? So that's our special mystery box, so you can see that. And I'll see if I can't find a bottle. I think Teddy has. I don't think he threw them all away. But I'll see if I can make one, and we'll show the bottles tomorrow. Turn your page to page 76. And here's one more little thing you can look at today. Something you can do. The seashore can be sandy. It is called a beach. Have you ever made a sandcastle like that little boy is? Oh, isn't it fun? How many of you have a sandbox at your house? Have you played outside in it yet? Do any of you have some seashells that you've either collected or you bought? Can you find those? They're fun to play with and count with. We don't have a math lesson today, but you could sure have fun counting with your seashells today. Or maybe you have some animals, some fish. You can count your fish. Have fun playing with things that you find at the ocean or the beach, also called the seashore.